Alexander SVIYASH, Why Evil Wins Over Good, or Why Joy Passes Away and Hurt Stays On. Film 4, short version. We continue our meetings dedicated to only one theme: how to make our life more joyful, more effective and more successful, so that we only enjoy it. Today we'll talk about emotions. Emotions exist in every man's life. It is joy, exultation, anger, irritation, guilt, and other emotions. They are a part of our lives, and it seems that we can't live without them. Most of us are striving for happiness. What is happiness? Happiness is a state when we feel good and fine. Is it possible? Let's think about it. Let's discuss what emotions are like. Let's imagine the following situation. You're a young mom. You've got a child who has to go to school. You get up early in the morning, prepare breakfast and say, "Petinka, get up, you'll be late." Quickly have breakfast. What Petinka does after his mom's proposal? Most likely he'll go on sleeping. You understand that he'll really be late. You start to speak more nervously. "Petinka, get up, you'll be late." But Petinka most likely will go on sleeping. Your state changed. You became a little more excited. You say, "Come on, get up, I tell you." Petinka feels strict intonations in your voice that will be followed by some actions. He quickly gets up and washes. You achieved your goal, but how did you do it? From the state of equilibrium, joy and comfort, or low energy positive state, you got into the state of light irritation. Only from this state you were hurt. When you were in a state of comfort, nobody listened to you, even your child. What does it mean? He felt that his sleeping state differs from your irritated state energetically, and he decided quickly to do what you told him to do. You moved to the outer describing level from the state of equilibrium into the state of light irritation. If we take an energetic model, from a low energy calm, zero state, maybe a little bit excited state, you got into the high energy state of readiness to gain your goal. Emotion on the outer level is a change of the energetic state of a man. It is a reaction on the outer events. Something happens and we react on it. We can react by moving into the state of utmost excitement and joy. We can react by getting into the state of utmost irritation or rage or even madness or high energy state. We can get into the state of sorrow and low energy when you don't want to do anything, the state of depression. We are moving up and down along the scale of energy. A big plus here means an increased energy. Here is 0 and here is minus. We are moving up and down along the scale. Plus 10 is a state of utmost excitement. What is it? It could be ecstasy, positive state. We became overexcited. It could be a state of rage and utmost irritation when we are ready to crush everything on our way. It's also 10. The only difference is that emotions are called in different ways. States of joy are called one way, states of rage in another. But rage and utmost irritation when we are ready to crush everything on our way. It's also 10. The only difference is that emotions are called in different ways. States of joy are called one way, states of rage in another. But actually, our energy in both cases, in the state of ecstasy and the state of rage, is approximately equal. We can get into the minus state, the state of sorrow, lack of strength, the state of depression, when there is no energy at all. It seems it's hard to move your hands and legs. All the time we are moving along the scale of energy. We see that emotion is a process of an energetic reaction of the organism on the events happening around. How does it all happen? Let's have a look at this simple scheme. It describes all the process. The scheme starts from the left, from the so-called effect. Something happened. A child doesn't wake up, doesn't prepare to go to school. Your husband came home late. You've got no husband. A pimple appeared on your nose. Your chief gave you not the proper task. Your girlfriend deceived you. Somebody betrayed you. Something happened. It's a fact. There goes a block of comparisons that compare the fact with our expectations. We always have expectations for every event. What are these expectations? It is the way we think that things should happen, how your chief should talk to you, how your friends should behave with you, how children should behave themselves, how we should look and behave in one situation or another, what should happen to the people around you, especially to your relatives. We always have expectations, and one moment processes of comparison of our expectations and reality always happen. The picture has branches, it goes horizontally and down if the fact coincides with our expectations or even exceeds them. We move along the upper horizontal scale. These are positive emotions. It's good, our energy increases, we feel joy. If the fact exceeds our expectations, the energy goes up. We feel joy and ecstasy. We won. We wanted to win. There were some expectations, but we were not sure. Suddenly it all happened. You expressed this state. You smiled, you laughed, you jumped, you clapped your hands. Your energy was used and wasted to express joy. It happens, though unfortunately not often. More often our facts don't coincide with our expectations and we move along the lower branch. There you see another small block. Some consciousness appraised whether I can estimate the situation or not. If I can change the situation, we go along the middle branch. What does it mean? It means I have feelings that I can influence the situation. My child got bad mark at school or doesn't want to get up. Can I influence the situation? Yes, I can. My husband came home late. Can I influence this situation? Yes, I can. My chief gave me not the right task or paid not enough money. It seems I can do everything. My organism reacts in a corresponding way. In what way? It gives me an energetic potential, arousing high energy, so that I go and bring things in order, shout and curse, bark, fight, and have my own way and achieve the goal. So the energy goes up, and in this case negative emotions, irritation, anger, madness, and so on appear. This is an increased energy needed to bring the situation in accordance with our expectations. It's understood that we also give an emotional reaction, but our organism understands that it is useless to give us energy because we can't influence the situation. That's why it takes away the energy so that we don't suffer and feel sorry, and we fall down into a low energetic state and move along low branch of the scheme. For instance, you receive the news that some person dear to you has died. He's already dead. Somebody got ill, children were hurt, but it doesn't depend on you. You can't influence it. There is no sense in getting excited and become enraged and irritated because it doesn't depend on you. So we go down and wait till the sharpness of the event fades. The event gets far away and we can treat it more calmly. In that moment, the energy gets back. It depends on what facts we meet. We meet facts every minute, every second, every day, many times a day. So we function according to this algorithm many times. Because of this ability, we have big problems. What problems? These problems appear because we have no ability to use the energy that our organism gives to us. We're courteous people. If something happens, or something goes wrong, what do? We suppress this energy in ourselves. Some people, of course, let themselves to shout, to speak directly, but most of us are well-brought-up people and restrain these emotions in ourselves and suppress them. And what happens? We get an energetic block. In which way? Something happened that we don't agree with, and we move along the middle branch. Remember, we have a feeling that we can change it. The organism gives energy, we get excited, irritated, maybe enraged, but we can't express it. We shut up the mouth because we deal with parents, a child. There are some people we can't talk rough with and can't tell everything we think, and moreover, to use physical actions. What our organism does, the energy gets excited and starts to run. The organism tells us, come on, master, now we'll get him, we'll show him how to live properly, come on, let's fight. And we answer, no, we're well brought up, we must not suppress ourselves, put on a mask on a face. The energy boils and the organism doesn't understand it. Well, I gave you energy, abilities, come on, let's put things in order. We say, no, we must not. And the more well brought up we are, the stronger this blocking is. The energy runs and runs. We say, come down, I won't fight him. We say, come down. It means that I can't do anything to him now. Now he is protected, but next time I'll be able to get him. That's why the organism reserves this energy for the future. It accurately collects it and makes a small ball of it and puts it into the body. So a charge against a certain person is created. It is aimed against a husband, a wife, or a parent. This person once again does something wrong, we once again don't react. The organism gets into a state of overexcitement. It is easy, because the military load is ready. We reacted quickly and the organism tells us, come on, we'll make quits with him. But we can't. We say, no, stop. The military load gets increased again and again, laying in the same place and again. Second, the third, fourth, 10th, 100th time. And at last a huge military load gets created and now it controls our behavior. When a hated person appears and doesn't say a word, we get into the state of excitement, aggression, and we are ready to conflict with him. Sometimes women come to our training and say, I've got problems with my husband. We ask, what's wrong with your husband? They say, everything is wrong. What does it mean? You see, it is a huge energetic block that is practically controlling her behavior, and when her husband appears it says, come on, let's fight him. I've got tired of him after all these years. People carry lots of such blocks in themselves. As a result, the person's body becomes a storehouse of different kinds of emotional experiences. The first of them appear when a child is born. It gets from a watery environment of its mother into the airy environment. It's a great shock. A small block was created, a protest starts, but the baby is helpless. But then somebody doesn't buy him sweets, toys and ice cream. Then he goes to school and is humiliated over there. Another ball appears and the man carries all these offenses in himself. Then he grows up, finishes school, and the lover leaves him. A terrible stress, shock, or a lover was unfaithful. We have expectations, but the people are not inclined to fulfill them. That is a huge block. Your chief is a bore. Your parents think you to be defective, that you can't do something, and you suffer a lot because of it. Usually women take their looks very hard. Some of them come to the mirror and become depressed. You buy a car and drive along the streets full of idiots, so you get irritated every time. You visit tax departments or a bank and stand in line, get irritated. You've got mean neighbors as they drink, make noise, and you get irritated against them, and a block is created. As a result, by 40 years, a man gets tired. Change working places, a new chief becomes an idiot again, you find some naughty girlfriend. Man's body becomes a storehouse of military loads against parents, girlfriends, former lovers. All this is accumulated and slowly pressed down, then new block falls down. That's our life. That is the energy that didn't come out. We reserved the energy but didn't get it out. So we carry these military loads in ourselves. Our body gets filled with these loads. By 40 years there are so many of them in us that we get tired. Our living power comes to an end. Our energy gets exhausted. A man gets weak and ill. Why? Because so-called energetic canals carrying blood to the cells of our body should move inside it. We speak not only of blood but about some thin energies that exist in us. If the body is poisoned by these blocks, a man gets tired quickly and becomes passive. His effectiveness decreases. Some wishes still appear in his hand. He wants to move somewhere, but the body is not able to move anywhere. That is the price of our emotional reactions. As a result, we live surrounded by enemies, and military loads inside of us control our behavior beyond of ourselves. When you feel aggression towards another man, your body becomes excited and gets into a state of readiness to attack. This man also feels it. His body also becomes excited. Inside of him, a counter-block against you also was created. Now you are two persons loaded against each other, and these military loads are controlling your behavior. Having seen you, this man, say your chief, starts to argue with you because his military load feels your one, and so he conflicts with you. Haven't seen you, your husband starts to argue with you, or you start to argue with him. We start to behave like robots that are controlled by outer forces. There is no evil or good energy. There is an energy that we whether used or not. We can use it, but only in case these blocks leave our body. This is the theme of our next meeting. Alexander SVIYASH, Open Subconsciousness. Did you like it? Inform your friends of this video. Let our world be a bit cleaner.